made a stop. Stopped at the rest area.
This one wasn't as nice as the other one. The other one was heated. This one was not
for the men's, John. It wasn't heated either way. So we're going to take back off, get back out here on the fine New Mexico 10.
The bumpy 10.
Like driving through Death Valley.
This is, also these trucks here at this rest area are like all over the place. There was one you could barely get in, and then another guy working on his truck, so his legs were hanging out in the narrow part that you had to go through, and I'm surprised he didn't get his legs run over. And
I was kind of surprised that I didn't see any campers out here at the little picnic area. They usually tell you you're not supposed to camp there, but
they do.
Who's going to come out here in the middle of freaking nowhere, and Popo probably ain't nowhere around here.
Nope.
Ain't no town close by, so we're heading to get gas.
Continue on I-10 east for 85 miles.
There you go, 85 more miles before we go to the big TA, and that's not what you're thinking, TA, truck stop.
Truck Stops of America.
There you go.
We're going to stop in La Cruz, Mexico, New Mexico.
So let me get up to speed here, maybe the mention, I don't know if you guys can hear all that going on. Right now today we've driven about 106 miles, so not too far yet today. We've got a total of I think we're close to 400 miles I think we got today. We're doing
450.
Going to Fort Stockton. So if all goes well, we do lose an hour now. So now it's actually
it still says 8:11 here, but I don't know.
It could be there. It could be the right time because we left at 6, so 2 hours. We've been on the road, I guess an hour and 48 minutes.
So somewhere, because I think El Paso is still Mountain Time. I think it's right after El Paso it goes into Central Time.
So we lose an hour, so that's kind of why we got up at 6 a.m. this morning, or we were on the road by 6 a.m. to get out. It was still dark for quite a while. I didn't get any camera up. We didn't have all the cameras set up. We was going to use the phone, and ended up it didn't work. You know those good mounts that I talk about that I don't care for anymore, the RAM mounts that I paid. I probably got $300 worth of stupid things, and the only thing that really works is the stupid suction cup one that I got actually on the windshield for the camera here for us, and we got it on this camera here looking out. It's on a RAM mount, but we tried to hook the phone up, and that's the problem with those stupid mounts is you can't unhook that one, the one that's undone, so I can show what that looks. So what ends up happening with this guy is if you try to move it back, it won't go down far enough. It hits because these stupid grooves they have in there, they're there, but like here, we wanted to push it back towards the windshield so it'd get a better shot of both of us. Well, now it's shooting up and looking at the roof. Same thing when I had this on my motorcycle was the same thing. I couldn't get could never get it.
It was always to the side. It was never straight up. It was always cocked.
Yeah, so I never really cared too much for these stupid things. Same thing with this one here. This got a stupid, which I talked about if you were looking at
rubber band.
Yeah, the rubber band that I was talking about when we were doing the Zero. Got this stupid little rubber band. When you put your phone there, go ahead and put a phone on there and you can put the rubber band around it. She'll show you how that's supposed to work. And what a pain in the butt this is. So to make sure your phone doesn't fly out, because just like here, we first put the phone in within the case, and the first bump I hit, it fell out. Because on the new phone that we use for cameras now, it's a little thicker. So she's even having trouble getting the stupid thing in there. It almost takes...
It does. It takes 2 hands.
And then you got to put the stupid little rubber band around it.
You got to make sure that the rubbers are on.
And this whole thing, just those 2 pieces there, are probably almost $200. What they are now. I didn't pay quite that much. I think I paid about $50 or so for the head mount, and then $25 probably for the bottom. So I probably paid about $75. So it's probably way over that now. These are stupid. These are the stupidest thing I ever seen. On the bike, we've got the rickrack mounts, and they're so much better, but I don't really use them.
You can't put it on going sideways. It has to be up and down.
When I first started trying to film stuff, which none of that ever really turned out, I've been filming motorcycle events probably for 20 years, or not 20 years, probably 15 years when we went to Sturgis the first time. And I just had one of those cheap cameras I bought from, I don't know if any of you got a Big 5 Sporting Goods around, but I got it from there. And Art, my old buddy Art, he gave me a camera one time too. We were up in, I think it was 2019, we were up in the Black Hills, and I was filming in the Iron Mountain and all this stuff, and the camera kept acting weird, like it kept going off. Get home, and I probably had 3 seconds of that.
I know he kept saying, is the camera still on? Is the camera still on? Because I was holding it, and I said, yeah, it's on. I said, the red light's still on. But yeah, the memory was nothing.
Yes. So first thing I always tell people: don't buy a cheap blank camera.
It don't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that's one of the reasons we aren't real fond of the RAM mounts. So normally all I do here is we usually just put the phone in it to hold it while we're using maps. My maps actually show up, I got a Ford, shows up on the screen down here. But it just kind of leaves it up here. If I need to look at gas, we have that trucker's card, and we'll show you in a minute when we get there. I'll tell you what we're going to end up paying for it. And last gas station, we saved $1 a gallon. Got down to, it was a little over that. It was $4.60. We were supposed to get it for $3.50 a gallon. So here we're supposed to get it for what, $3.56?
$3.56, yeah. That was the cheapest one.
Yeah. So that's not bad, because everything else right now that we're seeing going on the highway is the high fours. So what we end up doing on this trucker's card is you pay the regular price. Well, actually, they charge you the regular price, and they send it to this trucking company that we deal with. And it's all RVers can take advantage of this. And it's only for diesel, and you have to go into the trucker's lane to get it. And when you get in there, you pay the regular price, but you're not charged for that because you have a trucker's card. It actually goes to the trucking company, and it's tied to a debit card. And so if you're afraid to use your debit card or anything like that, you can open up a separate account and just do it. We've never had any trouble with this company. It's been great. We've been using it for over 2 years.
Yeah.
And so right now they move back and forth. Sometimes it's the Love truck stops are the best price. These last 2 years, TAs have been the best, and that's fine. They're pretty much all across the United States. The TAs are pretty nice. They're pretty clean, unless you get one of the older ones. We just went. The first one we stopped at was a little bit older one. I don't know how the bathroom was in there.
Not bad.
So some of the TAs are like brand new and they're really nice.
But it was a women, so there was only like 2 stalls. Normally there's more, but back when that was built, there probably wasn't as many women truck drivers.
So right now the sun's up in the clouds. We're not predicting any rain today, but it's the wind. The wind's got gusts up to about 25, 30 miles an hour. I always wondered, just seen that, I don't know if you drove by there. There's like this little, looks like a carport there. And looks like there might be another one coming up here on the right. And I don't know if those are supposed to be like RV spots, but I mean, I don't even see a freaking road over there. I guess there is a trailer there.
Yeah, there is.
And it almost looks like it's like a little rest area.
It's probably a frontage road. Because the train tracks are on the
So I don't know if that's some property somebody sold people and said, oh, here's some great RV place. Yeah, you're freaking 50 miles from anything. And you're out here in this freaking wind.
We done passed the
So that must be what it is, because there's 2 trailers on this one. And but it looks like the rest area. It looks like a little like a cabana there. You could put your picnic table in, or
pavilion.
Oh, there's something bigger down here. What do we got down here? Gas station.
Yeah.
Marathon. So it's not nothing to do with that, but kind of the building looks the same. So right now with the wind, I've kind of cut back. We're doing about 70 miles, 72 miles an hour. Speed limit 75, which we're still losing mileage. We're down to 8.
But we've gotten 8 before when it's
We've
been
gotten worse. We've gotten 6.
I know, but I mean, I was hoping we'd get a lot better, but I guess
When you go through the wind and stuff, should be once we get past San Antonio, we should get to where we're not in the windy stuff. Usually going through Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, and all that. Usually it's pretty flat. Florida's the same way, pretty flat. Not much to see. We should have filmed yesterday when we were going through Arizona, but we take Arizona for granted with all the rocks and looks like volcanoes and all this stuff come up out of the ground. And so we miss that out for you guys. And maybe we'll do it on the way home, because on the way home, if all goes well, we're going down Interstate 40, which is actually the old Route 66 from St. Louis all the way. Somebody lost an electric propane heater there. One of them salamanders, the
really?
tall ones, sitting there on the side. Normally, if I was in my car or truck without the trailer, we would have stopped and picked that sucker up and see if it was worth saving. I stopped once to pick up a motorcycle helmet, and it was all so beat up, it was ridiculous. It must have rolled, must have fell off of somebody's clip. There's somebody got a little bitty trailer, we're going to pass them up.
But yeah, he'll stop. And I'm like, what? There's a ratchet in the middle of the road. How he even sees that, I have no idea.
Ratchets, screwdrivers, crescent wrench. I found all kinds of tools.
Looks like it might be raining over there.
I have to pull the map up and see what the weather looks like, looking at the radar. So we met our first subscriber last night at the Elks, and he came up. If you were watching the live last night, or depending on when this comes up, I don't know if I'll get this up tonight or not, because today is Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, so there won't be no video today, so you'll be watching this probably on Monday. So we'll be already on Monday. We'll be heading. We'll be in San Antonio. Leaving out of San Antonio.
Yeah, because tonight is, you saw us, and I posted on Instagram, we came through New Mexico this morning,
Yeah.
and the sunrise I put on. I was trying to find the weather. Where is my weather?
Not a whole lot of traffic. Mostly just trucks today. We've seen Super Bowl Sunday, so we figured there's not traffic. Probably be very little today, and we're going through El Paso, but I mean not too big a deal. I don't know if Barnett, Harley Davidson is open today. We're gonna look and see. If they are, we might stop. That's supposed to be like, they've got so much clothing in their store, it's ridiculous.
Gigantic.
And they've got a website too. And if you're looking for some inexpensive Harley Davidson clothing, women's or men's, they're the place. If you don't mind ordering offline, things like that, you know your size. Yeah, I've seen shirts in there $5-6, and they got jackets and stuff. And so yeah, they've already seen a few billboards, and so we're going to take a look and
I see nothing. It shows nothing.
Okay, well, then it
There's
must
not
not be
even
rain.
any clouds.
Maybe it's just a haze over there. Could be like us. We have a wind. The wind kicks up so much, you get the dust. We've got a whole bunch of dust warnings all on these roads here. That, and of all the time, knock on wood, we ain't got no wood to knock on, that we've never been in one of these dust sandstorms where we've had to pull over. So we're heading over here to the gas station, the TA.
Turn left onto New Mexico 292 North Calle de El Paso.
There you go. Just told you where we're at. Watch out, there's a tumbleweed.
No, it's not. I don't know what it is.
That's a reflector.
Yeah?
This is a tumbleweed here.
Oh,
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
they're not burrows.
That's for
Ron.
Ron. They're tumbleweeds.
Blue tea and a red A.
T&A's.
There's a song about that.
Yeah.
People used to sing it in karaoke.
Yeah.
Turn right onto West Amador Avenue, then turn left.
So we can get in the other way, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I think it's down that way further.
I don't know. The trucks are this way. I don't know. We'll find out when we get down here.
They're all facing that way.
To make a U-turn.
Turn left, then turn left.
We'll go around here and make a U-turn.
I don't even see the gas station. Have you seen it? It says trucks this way. Coming in here. Can't drop your trailer here, or they'll tow it.
That trailers will be towed.
Got Taco Bell, Burger King, yeah, Pizza Hut.
Take the next left, then your destination will be on the left.
All right, we know about all that.
We're here. You have arrived.
So here you go. We come into the truck stop. You got to go into the big truckers to be able to use this card to give you the discount.
There's a big hole there too.
That's a drain. Water drain. They got one in every one of them. We stop here. So we're going to get out and pump the gas. Okay, so you see real quick here, I'm going to throw up the price of what we are scheduled to pay.
$149.30.
And I'll show you a close-up of that. And then we'll show you what we actually paid. So you can get this card through us. It's a trucker's card, but like I say, it's only good for diesel gas. So if you're not getting diesel gas, you're not going to get it. And you have to go through the trucker lanes. But I mean, it's here we should have saved, I think we're paying $3.56, and the price at the pump was
$3.80.
well, that's cash price.
Oh, okay.
I think it was $4 something when I took a picture of it.
$3.84.
So $3.84 was the normal price.
We're gonna get it for $3.56.
Yeah.
So,
So
it's
not a-
about 30 cents.
Yeah, not a big savings, but hey, 30 cents here and there, and you figured how many gallons did I get?
38.7,
So about
$8.90,
$9.
almost 39 gallons. Pretty close. And $150.
Yeah, so it didn't save a lot. You know, $9. $9. Hey, that'll buy us lunch maybe. A cheap lunch.
We can go to Chili's and get our meal, our $10.99 meal we split.
So look, we got some mountains finally as we come through New Mexico here, because we're almost in Texas.
Texas, pretty darn close.
So we're not going to be able to stop at Barnett's this trip.
Closed on Sundays. The only day of the week they're closed.
Yeah. And which is a real shame because it's a great dealership. I've got some video. I don't know if I can find it or not. If I can find it, I'll post it. But if I don't find it, I guess you won't see it. So
4 more hours to go.
yeah, so we're not quite halfway on our trip yet for today. We've done about 3 hours of driving so far. Rode about 200 miles. Drove 200 miles. Oh look, there's a Golden Corral.
Hey.
Go have breakfast.
Sunday.
They have breakfast. Well, you can eat breakfast.
We don't eat breakfast.
That's what she keeps saying.
No breakfast for you. What? Oh. Gotta take off our black dog.
This way. So we're just about at Texas border. Actually, the sign on this side's coming up really quick. So we won't get to see it on that side. We'll have to wait for this side.
That says Land of Enchantment going that way.
Yeah.
That's what Mexico is. Land of Enchantment. Why?
No idea. Must have been somebody's dream.
To live in a desolate wasteland.
So today we will travel through 3 different states. We started out in Arizona this morning. We went to New Mexico, and now we'll be coming into Texas.
Lone Star State.
We'll be here for all day today.
For the next
And
3
then-
weeks.
And then, let's see, so today's Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. So here's the sign coming up here. Take a quick look at that. Make sure my camera's on. Yep. It says, that
This
says
one
you're
says
leaving.
Leaving
You are now
Mexico.
leaving New Mexico.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to Texas.
There's the Texas Star there to the right. If you take a quick look at that, you can see their welcome sign. They don't have one over the street.
Over that freeway.
So that was exit 0 back there. How many states actually have an exit 0? And then we're coming up to exit 1. Yep, there's a giant water park. I'm going to go there and take a little dip in the, it's about 50 degrees right now.
Or
Be nice and cool for you.
it's got a, whatever that is.
What your mom used to call that? I
the
think the
toilet
spiral
bowl.
one.
She used to take my kids to the
Oh, there's
water
another
park.
sign here. There's the highway sign recommended. Look at all the dinosaurs over to the right. Place selling pots. Not pot you smoke, pot you put your plant in. We're going to be real close here to the Mexican border. Actually, it's right over there. Look at that. That looks like a
Yep, it's
church
probably
almost.
Mexico right there.
Lovely.
Yep. I know, you get really close to the Mexican border.
So Barnett, you can see right there, there's a big sign, but they are closed today.
On Sundays.
Yeah. So they have big rig parking. You can pull around the back with your RV or whatever you got driving. They got plenty of parking. But you wouldn't believe how big that store is inside. They say they're the world's largest selection of t-shirts, and they probably are.
Biggest we've ever seen. There's a Great American Steakhouse. Texas is a good place to get steak. They got steakhouse everywhere. There's your junkyard over there.
Yeah, you don't see many of them anymore. In my younger days, I could spend all day in a junkyard, looking at them old cars, figuring out what I want to take off of them or what car I could make into something. So these rallies, that's the problem. We always want to try to predict where we want to be each day. There's a good chance when we get to about Wednesday, so Monday we'll be heading towards San Antonio, and so on the other side of San Antonio we'll be stopping. And then we get into Louisiana, and we're going to be stopping at...
Scott, Cajun Harley Davidson.
Yep. No, we're staying all night there, but before that we're going to stop at Cowboys. In Texas here. I think they're right now, right before you get across the border. They've got a dealer, and that's who owns the Daytona Harley Davidson now. Is the same people that own Cowboys. They bought Cowboys first. I think there might be 1 or 2 Cowboys.
There's another one, Dallas area or something.
But they didn't change the names on those that we know of. Last time we had people that were there, some of our subscribers said it still had the same name. But we'll find out. So we have never stopped at Cowboys.